Lamp of Alhazred, H.P. Lovecraft, and August Derleth. It was 7 years after his grandfather Whipple's disappearance that Ward Phillips received the lamp. This, like the house on Angel Street where Phillips lived, had belonged to his grandfather. Phillips had had the living of the house ever since his grandfather's disappearance. The lamp had been in the keeping of the old man's lawyer until the elapsing of the required 7 years for the presumption of death. It had been his grandfather's wish that the lamp be safely kept by the lawyer in the event of any untoward circumstance.
You fool! Warren is dead. It was October 7th, 1923, when Randolph Carter went to the snake den and passed to the worlds beyond.
The death or any other, that Phillips should have sufficient time to browse as he pleased in the sizable Whipple library, in which a great store of learning waited for Phillips's attention. Once he had read through the many volumes on the shelves, Phillips would be mature enough to inherit his grandfather's most priceless treasure, as old Whipple himself had put it.
Sure, big wellness goals are great.
Wow. YouTube at 30 seconds throws in another ad. Isn't that lovely? And it's an ad for medications, meds, wellness meds, sleeping meds, it says.
Most priceless treasure, as old Whipple
Good job,
himself
YouTube.
had put it.
Suck a
Phillips was
fucking
then
dick.
30 and in indifferent health. This was but a continuation of the sickliness which had so often made his childhood miserable. He had been born into a moderately wealthy family. The savings, which had once been his grandfather's, had been...
And by the way, I watched 2 ads to start this free audiobook, not in the public domain, that someone read on YouTube. Not very well at that. Probably okay, though. She sounds a bit Indian. And at the 1 minute mark, they put in an ad.
Lost through injudicious investments. All that remained to Phillips was the house on Angel Street and its contents. Phillips had become a writer for the pulp magazines and had eked out a spare living by undertaking, in addition, the revision of countless almost hopeless manuscripts of prose and verse by writers far more amateur than he, who sent them to him, hopeful that through the miracle of his pen they in turn might see their work in print. His sedentary life had weakened his resistance to disease. He was tall, thin, wore glasses, and was prey to colds, and once, much to his embarrassment, he came down with the measles.
Greetings and salutations, wanderers, wayfarer, wildcat alike. Everyone coming at you, just doing a quick update. Check in, make sure, let y'all know I'm still alive. I'm hanging in there. Got to run off to work this morning, so I will see you in the abodes of the future. Until next time, ad astra per aspera.
Making his work outdoors. Often he sat on the same lovely wooded riverbank which had been his favourite haunt since infancy. This Seekonk river shore had changed not at all in the years since then, and Phillips, who lived much in the past, believed that the way to defeat the sense of time was to cling close to unaltered early haunts. Explained his way of life to a correspondent by writing, "Amongst those forest paths I know so well, the gap between the present and the days of 1899 or 1900 vanishes utterly. That sometimes I almost tend to be astonished upon emergence to find the city grown out of its fin de siècle semblance." And in addition to the Seekonk's banks, he went often to a hill, Nantuckenhaunt, from the slope of which he could look down upon his native city and wait there for the sunset and the enchanting panoramas of the city springing to its life by night.
She does have a bit of a British accent, I would imagine, but it's distinctly of an Indian cant.
The steeples and gambrel roofs darkening upon the orange and crimson. mother of pearl and emerald afterglow, lights winking on, one by one, making of the vast, sprawling city a magical land to which, more than to the city by day, Phillips fancied himself bound. As a result of these diurnal excursions, Phillips worked far into the night, and the lamp.
Diurnal. What is diurnal? Let's check our dictionary.
Because he had long ago given up the use of electricity to conserve his meagre income, would be of use to him, for all that it was of an odd shape and manifestly very old. The letter which came with this final gift from the old man, whose attachment to his grandson had been unbounded and was cemented by the early death of the boy's parents, explained that the lamp came from a tomb in Arabia.
Diurnal excursions. It says diurnal is of or during the day. D-I-U-R-N-A-L. In zoology, it means of animals active in the daytime. And in botany, it means of flowers open only during the day. Daily or each day, diurnal rhythms. In astronomy, it's of or resulting from the daily rotation of the Earth. Diurnal aberration. Diurnally is the adverb, and it comes from late Middle English as a term in astronomy from Latin diurnalis, from direct Latin diurnus, meaning daily, or dies, meaning the day, as in carpe diem, seize the day.
Of the dawn of history, land to which, more than his native city, and wait there for the sunset and the enchanting panoramas of the city springing to its life by night, the steeples and gambrel roofs darkening upon the orange and crimson, mother of pearl and emerald afterglow, the lights winking on, one by one, king of the vast, sprawling city, a magical land to which, more than to the city by day, Phillips fancied himself bound. As a result of these diurnal excursions, Phillips worked far into the night, and the lamp, because he had long ago given up the use of electricity to conserve his meagre income, would be of use to him, for all that it was of an odd shape and manifestly very old. The letter which came with this final gift from the old man, whose attachment to his grandson had been unbounded and was cemented by the early death of the boy's parents, explained that the lamp came from a tomb in Arabia of the dawn of history.
That quotation, the early death of his parents, that's direct biographical information from Lovecraft's own life, right? His parents died young. His father, I don't think he knew his father. His father died when he was 2 or 3 years old. And then I think his mother died when he was 20, but he was basically raised by his grandfather.
Been the property of a certain half-mad Arab, known as Abdul al-Hazred, was a product of the fabulous tribe of Ad, one of the 4 mysterious, little-known tribes of a certain half-mad Arab.
Yeah, the Abdul al-Hazred was not half mad. He was mad. He was completely insane, right? The mad Arab. Why was the Arab mad? It's a good question. October 7th, the mad Arab.
As Abdul al-Hazred was a product of the fabulous tribe of the 4 mysterious, little-known tribes of Arabia, which were Ad, the south, Tamud, of the north, Tazm and Yadis, the center of the peninsula.
So there you have it. More prescient prophecy by HPL. Much love to all of you out in Happy Land. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the abodes of the future. Until next time, do good magic.